Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Palmetto Cats Live, where we unwrap the anglers of YouTube. I have the famous Fishing with Paula Smith on tonight. Hey, Miss Paula, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. We were chatting so good before that we had to go live that I had to say, "Hold up, we got a show to do."
I'll talk you to death.
Yeah. Hey, everybody in chat. Muskrat, LG Bass, Chad, D, Baker, S. Smith, whole bunch of people. I'm not going to scroll up because I want to keep it running. Catfish and Crappy. I'll shout you out as you see it. Well, it's always an honor and a pleasure to have anyone on my show, but it's definitely a huge pleasure to have such a successful angler, catfish angler on the show, and then a female angler at that. Probably someone who's recognized, more than most men anglers that I know. And just the fact that you're such a heavyweight with the catfish, I just feel honored to have you in tonight. So thank you
My
first and
gosh,
foremost.
you're welcome. My head is growing. Can you tell? No,
Hey
I'm kidding.
Hunter, hey Mr. Gadget, Buckeye, Paw Paw. Uh, Awesome. I just like to holler at the people coming in chat every once in a while. Well, first thing we're going to do, Miss Paula, is we're going to get you some more subs. So, y'all, if you want to see Miss Paula Smith, she said that she doesn't post much on YouTube, but when she does, we want you to see it. So go on over there. Somebody's going to put the link up in a second. Go sub to Fishing with Paula Smith. She's got 100 and something subs. Let's get her over 200 tonight. And then go watch some of her stuff. She's got a pretty amazing video about a big catfish. You want to tell us about that one?
The 88.
Yeah, the one that everybody wants to know about.
I had the flu a week before, and it was December 31st. And I mean, it was fairly warm, and we were flooding really bad. We were pulling like 450, 500 cubic feet per second. I mean, we had some
Wow.
really bad current. But I said, Ken, I need to get out of here. I've been locked up in here for a week. I want to go fishing. And we had been fishing, but nothing was really working. The bait, that we were using, which was skipjack and bluegill, stuff like that. And I said, I want to throw the cast net and try to catch something different. I want to try to catch some gizzard shad. And we caught 3 or 4 and good size. I mean, it wasn't small ones. And we went out to the main river, but there's like, on the Tennessee and Kentucky Lake area, I mean, there was like trees, just one right after the other. And I hadn't had my boat very long. And so we pulled off the main channel and kind of got in the mouth of a creek, excuse me, which we live close to where I caught it. And we seen, this is what's crazy, is we didn't see the fish. We seen a huge school of Asian carp.
So you didn't
And
mark them. When you say you didn't see them, you mean you didn't mark them on the graph?
we did not see the catfish, but we did see the big school of large Asian carp. And I'll tell you why we set up on it is that there was so much current for so long. Catfish don't like to be stressed. They had moved outside of the main channel and got in the mouths of creeks. But if you'll see a large school of Asian carp, everybody hates them. I love them. He was behind that school. And they were blocking more current. So we went up about 50 foot and anchored down, and I got that 30-minute rule. If I don't know activity, you scoot back. But right before it was time to move, Ken said, Paula, I think that pole's going down. Of course, I go try to get it out, and it just slips out. It's like, my God, I can't even get out of the rod holder. And I will never forget, I mean, he didn't fight like 88 pounds, he resisted, but he didn't fight like a blue cat. He didn't take it and take off running. He just kind of took it and resisted me. And I thought, have I caught a flathead in December, Tennessee River? And I kept reeling. I got tired because at some point in the video, I take the fishing pole and set it between my legs and just kind of take a break. And finally, Ken says, I think I see color. I said, no, you don't. He ain't even begun to come up. And when I did have him starting to come up, he really acted like a flathead. That's when he fought. And then I said, here he comes, here he comes. And when he surfaced, if you watch the video again, when he surfaced is when I started screaming and run backwards. It was like, oh my God. And he was huge. And I kept saying, is that because my goal was to hit 100 pounds that year. Yeah. And I said, is that my 100-pounder? And he said,
is that my 100?
Yeah. He said, no. And I said, Ken Smith, I don't know. But,
I don't care about your net.
Oh, I know it. That is the famous, to me, that's the funniest part of the video, that and me dropping the fish. I drop every fish I catch. But it was funny because he said, did you see that? He broke my net. And I said, well, we'll get another net. And then a little bit later, he said, I can't believe he broke my net. At that point, it was like, look at my fish. I do not care about your net. Yeah. So Steve Douglas, we went to the Catfish conference after that. Steve Douglas give us a net, or give him a net. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was. It was absolutely, he says, I guess you're ready to go home now. Yeah, let's go home.
Yeah,
because we didn't have service at the river. Yeah, let's go home so I can get this posted.
I had a similar incident like that yesterday, where the pole went down and I was reeling it in, and it was just dead weight. Like it was resisting, but it wasn't fighting me. And I got it up to the boat, and I mean, it was going to be the biggest thing I'd ever caught. And it was a Christmas tree, Paula. I caught a Christmas tree.
Did you cry?
Oh, man. I was not full of the Christmas spirit, I'll tell you that.
I don't imagine.
Hey, Creole, Maurice, Michael Murillo, Kentucky. Hey, you Kentucky Catfishing, Cody, called a show tonight. Mike Irvin Rex. Awesome. You talked about bait and wanting something different. And I've been wondering this too. I've wondered it for a while. Does your bait matter as much as where you place the bait? There's the debate of, is the fresh bait is better, or is it strawberry chicken or whatever? Or is it where you put the bait that matters the most?
All of it matters. But to me, like yesterday, I had a tournament in Clarksville, Tennessee, and I wanted fresh bait. I want fresh bait when I go fishing, period. The fresher the better. If we go out and catch it and then go fishing, that's what I want. I've had a really busy week this week, and I didn't have a chance to go get bait. And one of the guys that was fishing with me, he went out and caught some skipjacks the night prior. And so we had fresh bait, and we did get some good bites because, it's kind of been slow this year.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yeah, it has. It's been crazy. But to me, if you want to know what my go-to bait is, it is gizzard shad, especially from now till spring. But now we had a coal plant, a TVA plant here in my area, and it shut down. So we don't have skipjack like, everybody fishes with skipjack. Well, we don't have the skipjack. I mean, we've got them, but not as prevalent as, everywhere else. So gizzard shad is what they go to next. And I'll tell you, Asian carp is a great bait in the summertime.
Yeah, I've seen that. I think Hagen Grubbs, and I know other people use it, but he actually does videos with it. And I mean, that's you catch one of those Asian carp and you're set for the day, aren't you?
Well, what we usually do, I mean, they're fun to catch. I mean, you don't have to catch them. You just got to bog down in shallow water, and they'll just jump right on in and say, "Cut me up." But we usually just cut the fillet off of both sides, and then cut it up. It's really hard to get it off the hook. So, it's like they can't come up here and steal your bait because it's like leather or something. It's really hard to get off, but it's good bait.
I needed that today. We had dinks stripping every piece of shad we had off the hook today.
Oh, I know it. I hate that when they do that. You bring back a skeleton.
Yeah. Hey, one
Yeah.
over Mike Greenwell, Brandon Cross. Let's see, Buckeye Creole Filet. Yeah, Paula fillets those Asian carp. I saw one other person. New name, Country Catfish with Chuck. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Um, so
My
yeah,
butt.
so fresh bait, and then where you put it. So where do you like to put your baits? And
Um,
don't say where the fish are.
I,
But
I
like,
have
what's your favorite? My
I,
favorite, for instance, is dragging across the bottom. I love dragging baits.
in the summertime, I like to drag. We did that a lot this year, and drift. In the wintertime, we anchor up a lot, but I like to find small depots with maybe one log. I don't want a whole big log jam, but and then you can just kind of target it. And I try to put it right in front of, not just, I can't hit them on the head. None of us can, unless we luck up. But I just want it in front of them so when that scent goes down and it will drag them out.
Gotcha.
Um,
Cool.
it,
Hey, outside with Hayes and Betty Jean Cross. All right, cool. So, besides your rods, your reels, your boat, your bait, basically the stuff that you have to catch fish. What is one thing you couldn't leave home without from when you go on a fishing trip? Oh, I made you think now. St. Louis clam snapper, how you doing? I'm gonna give her a second to think.
well, I mean, if I've got my boat and I've got my bait and I've got, everything
You
in
got your
the,
tackle, your rods and reels, and
I don't need nothing.
you don't need
As
nothing.
long as I ain't got my pajamas on, I'm dressed, I'm good.
All right, fair
Now,
enough.
when I first started fishing, you ever eat Twizzlers, the
Yes,
red
ma'am.
ones?
Uh huh.
Okay, I've always got all kinds of snacks and stuff on the
There
boat,
you
but I
go. It's a snack.
always, yeah, I always had Twizzlers, and that was my. Oh, I don't have no Twizzlers. We got to go get Twizzlers first. That's my lucky charm. But that wasn't so.
Yeah, Anna's the same. My wife Anna's the same way. Likes to have a bunch of snacks. I think this morning she was snacking on Ruffles with Ridges potato chips at like 8:30.
Yeah, it's amazing what you'll eat while you're fishing.
Yeah.
Some of it's not the choice that I would choose if I was home, most
Yeah.
definitely. Like beanie weenies, I don't like the beanie part, the weenie part. So I'll eat the weenies, and then it's like I have to feed the fish the beanie
There you
part.
go. Cedar Shop, I believe Miss Paula said that she fillets she fillets the Asian carp and then cuts them into chunks. Is that correct?
Right. I
All right.
fillet. I mean, they're very, very bony. Um, And I mean, your fillet, I mean, it depends on how big
Huge.
usually they're big Asian carp. Yeah. And I just cut them up in chunks. I mean, depending on, you know, you don't have to have big bites. Sometimes they don't want big bites. They want small bites, so you give them a little variety.
Yeah, down here, and one over outdoors is from around Santiago. We use smaller baits all year long, um, and it seems to work fine. We really don't have an issue with hooking up, especially him. He's catching some big fish. I see somebody in here, Nick Sheely. I want to thank you for these, man. I did a live stream on Friday night, and I was making Santee rigs, and I was using big cobalt scissors from Lowe's because I can't ever find scissors that cut 80-pound leader line very well. And he said, "Hey, man, can I send you some CUDA shears, CUDA snips?" And those
I
things,
like them.
yeah, I know, right? They came in today, and they got a spring on them, so they always open. And
Yeah.
then
Well,
you
that
just
would
put this
bother
thing.
me because I got short fingers.
Oh yeah. Cool.
I
Well, I
like
just want to thank Nick for that. I really appreciate that. It means a lot that somebody would just send me something like that. That's awesome. Hey, Jason Blackburn, outside with Hayes. Yeah, they do look great. Hey, Norm, what's up? All right. So you presented at the CatCon, correct? You did that. What was it? The year before last or
last
last
year.
year? Okay. So tell me about what your presentation. I wasn't there. I'm fairly new into this YouTube thing, and I wasn't there. So tell me, and everyone who may not have been there, what kind of you presented about?
Um, of course, for those that don't know, my husband it was a game warden. He retired last year, um, and we're big on conservation. We're doing proposals right now, trying to get better regulations. We need them. Um, so my husband and I, Ken, and Aaron Wheatley, us three, talked about conservation a lot. That was mainly what the topic was about: conservation and contamination. I'm big, not necessarily Ken, but I'm big on contamination of these fish. And I'm for anything that saves the fish, keep them in the water, their natural habitat. So basically, that's what we talked about. Mostly they talked, and I run around the audience, and stuck the speaker up there in their face. And it was like, I remember Quentin Roberts, I didn't know at the time, or Quentin Robbins, he asked a question, and then I realized who it was, and I had to do a double take, like, oh my gosh, So, that to me is a superstar,
Yeah, and so tell us a little bit about conservation. And first, thank you, St. Louis Clam Snapper, for the $10 super chat. Paula, if you don't know, well, you know about the awards. I sent you a link. But those of you who don't know, we're having a Golden Whiskers Catfishing Anglers Awards. And all the money that I make from YouTube until October 31st and any super chats. And I have my PayPal in the description now in case you don't want YouTube to take a percentage. All of that's going to go towards the awards and shipping. So thank you, St. Louis Clam Snapper. Yeah, vote for a great angler, right? And Paula is a great angler. There you go.
I don't rank up there with the best of them. I've still got a lot to learn. That's one of the biggest things about catfishing or anything in life. You've always got to be willing to learn, or be teachable. I learned it the hard way. Like I said, my husband's a game warden, and he corrects me on a lot of stuff.
Okay.
It's not good for him. Right. It's not good for his health.
Yeah, he's got to sleep sometime, right?
Yeah, exactly. We like Tennessee was good for their regulations because we had the 34-inch commercial fishing could only have one with 34 inches, and they had to kill it. And which I don't want that. I don't want them killed. I mean, set them free. Of course, you can't be out there on the river 24/7 as a game warden because you have to go home to your family every now and then. But that's what we're trying to propose now. We've recently this summer had a pay lake open up in the county over from us. Man, that eats me alive. And it's a commercial fisherman, and this is, I'm going to tell off on TWRA. But on the way, I was still doing nursing, and I was on my way home, and I called one TWRA officer and said, look, I've got some information about Pay Lake. If I give you that information, are you going to do something about it? Or are you just going to let it go in one ear and out the other and just blow it off? Because I'm not you're not going to blow me off kind of person.
And I don't believe that you are in the least bit either.
No, especially on something
Paula Smith seems like a little firecracker.
I'm a firecracker. But the person that I contacted said, we got to talking about the rule, the state law, and he said, oh, no, they're allowed to keep it. I said, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you who were or anything else because you don't even know the law, and you're TWRA, not me, so I do have somebody working on it now. But I mean, our fishing it was great up until we had the flooding a couple of years ago, and it just went downhill from there. And I think we're kind of doing like Ohio did. Ohio's starting to come back, and I think it's going to cycle back around because we've had 2 good years of a bait hatch, a bait spawn. So, it'll cycle back around. Now I can get on the Duck River and wire them out from now till May. That's where I'll be.
All right.
You
So
know,
do
and
you catch some pretty big ones on that river? I've never heard of it.
yeah, it's just a river. Well, J.R. Cochran researched it, and it's the uh, longest flowing river in the state of Tennessee. Flowing river,
Okay.
constant flow. And we're fortunate in my county because it enters the Tennessee River in my county. If you go outside of my county, east, it just keeps getting shallower and shallower. So we got the deepest part. My personal best on that river was 82 blue and a 52 flathead. Uh, and then this spring, we went out and I love to fish in a light rain. It's just something for some reason they bite. And I had 4 poles going down at one time, and Ken said, "I help you." I said, "No, I got it under control." And I reeled one in, slowed it down, and then I reeled 2
I
in. And
saw that video.
yeah, I mean, that was just the
I saw
best.
that. I watched that one.
It was just like, I can't believe this. And then we cut the video off, and I went to the other side, and I reeled in another one. It was just unreal. But every
So
time I
tell
catch
me,
it's fun.
So tell me, since you're talking about it, like when you pick up that pole, and sometimes, especially with blue cats, they can fool you with a takedown. Like a 20-pound catfish will hit just like you had an 80-pound on there. So when you pick up on the rod and you feel that weight, what goes through your mind?
Oh,
And try not to cuss.
I mean, because everything else, it's like you start in this tunnel, and everything else is gone. It's between you and that pole, and I do sometimes try to rush it too much, and it's just every time my pole goes down. Now, blues, I've not had a blue fool me, as far
Okay.
as weight wise. I mean, they put up a good fight, but flatheads, they will fool you on their bite, because they're supposed to, when they hit that rod, it'll slowly move. They're not supposed to do like a channel cat. And I've had them do it like a channel cat. And I'll tell you one instance. I just got my Muddy River catfishing rods. And of course, we were on the Duck River, and everybody always says, "Why don't Ken fish?" And I kind of got to feeling bad about it. So I said, it looked like a channel cat, so I thought I'll just let Ken have that one. I said, "Ken, you get that one because I want you to try these rods out." And he said, "No, I don't." I said, "Yeah, come on, you get that one." And then he went up there to get it, and I thought, he's struggling. That's not a channel cat. I said, "Have you got a big one?" And he said, "No, it's a channel cat." And he kept trying to, shoulder me. See. And I think he brought in like a 36-pound flathead, and I thought,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I said, "That's my fish."
Put it back. Put it back.
Yeah, put it back. But flatheads will fool you as far as their takedown. And I love the fight of a flathead. They'll swim around with you just like a blue, but when you start to bring them up, man, it's almost, I've had one jerk me all the way to the motor. If it hadn't been for the motor, I'd have went in the river. They're fun.
That's one of my questions. Have you ever had one almost pull you in?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
You're big in might and you're big in heart, but you're a small lady, and I could imagine one of those big fish, pulling you, and you might just have to hang on.
Well, somebody commented on the 88 when I caught it. Somebody commented and said she don't seem like she's sure-footed there. Well, I was sure-footed. He was just jerking me around, He jerked me all over the back end of that boat.
There's only so much you can do, right?
Right. I was trying to keep him out of water. Yeah, I was trying to keep him out of other lines and out of the motor, and because I knew I had a good one. I just didn't know how good, and everybody kept saying it's more than 88. It's more than 88, and it possibly could have been, but we said 88, on our video, so we stuck with 88.
Hey Sean T, Dobson Fishing and Fun had some other people come in, so I want to let them know that I see them. PD said he got him a pontoon boat. I saw your picture a while ago, but that's awesome. I'm happy for you, man. Ace, thank you for posting that link to the Golden Whiskers. Y'all, please go vote. We don't have that many people, and I think some people are waiting until October 31st. Please don't wait till the last minute. Canby Anglers, how y'all doing? Cool. So you seem to have an extensive network of friends. Who haven't you fished with, and that you still want to fish with?
I want to fish with Chris Flores for sure. Quentin Robbins, I'm gonna go down and fish with him. I'm probably gonna get laid off in about 2 weeks, so I'll get to draw unemployment for the first time in my life, and I'm gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna go fishing.
Well, that's a good attitude to have.
I'll be looking for a job, but I'm gonna be fishing too, mostly.
Yep. So Chris Flores and Quentin Robbins and
there's lots of people, but that's probably
the two big ones.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots more. Larry Muse, I fished tournaments with him. He's a great bumper, and I'd like to go out and do some bumping with him. They're great people. There's lots of people. I mean, I'll go fishing with anybody. You want to go fishing? We'll go fishing.
I got you. So tell us about your relationship with Steve Douglas, Monster Rod Holders, and Chris Flores and Muddy River, and tell us a little bit more about your sponsors. I'm sure they would appreciate that.
Of course, Steve Douglas is one of my sponsors, and I got to go fishing with him on Wilson in Alabama this summer. He got me really. I'll wait till he. I guess they'll have a. Well, you come on down, Muskrat. I've been waiting for you for 2 years anyway. But it's an open invitation. But anyway, he got I guess it's what you call a blooper or a funny in fishing, on video from me, not intentionally. And but it was a blast. It was like a dream come true. Chris Flores, he has been super, super, super great to me. Jerry Drury. I mean, I've got so many, people I could thank, and I just thank everybody.
You got Jerry Drawdy. That's Bloodline Tackle, right?
Bloodline drift weights.
What's one of the things? So the drift weights, is that your favorite product that you use for them?
Right now at the moment, my favorite product that I'm using from Jerry is his cat and shads.
Okay.
They're great. They're bigger than like the Demon Dragons, and they rattle a little better. I don't use them all the time, but when I do use something like that, he's got some great ones. He does dragon weights, and I'm just thankful for everybody. I really am.
I know you got a lot of people. How about you're sponsored by Lightning Bugs too, right?
Yeah, but I haven't had a lot of contact with them. I'm gonna tell you, this has been I'm glad 2020 is over. I've been checking my trail cam. I've been putting corn out, in my trail cam, and I stop and I check it. And when I download it on my computer, you've got to put a file name, and I put 2020. My first one, I put 2020 sucks, and then my next 2020 still sucks, so I'll know which one to go to. It's just like, this has been a horrible year all the way around for everybody. Um,
It's been
but
different and challenging for sure.
yeah,
For
it
sure.
has. There's been a lot of tournaments canceled. I was looking forward to the chick fight this year because it was going to be all women, and I think that's a great thing. I'd love to see it happen next year. The only
Uh,
thing is, I just hope all the women know how. There you go. Catfish and crappie 2020 sucks, but I would like all the women. If you're gonna be out there, I would recommend taking a boating class. And the only reason I say that is there's a lot to know about. I don't guess you drive them. You what?
yeah, you drive.
Well, I think it's called something else in boating. I don't know. I could ask the game warden, but the reason that's one of the reasons I say it because I've been fortunate because I'm married to a game warden and didn't have to take the class to begin with, but uh, he has taught me a lot. I mean, I know how to handle the boat, and there's a lot to it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying though. Like, if not saying that ladies innately can't drive a boat, but if you just get into fishing in your adult life, and people like me, who have driven a boat and been around boats since I was a kid, there's a lot to catch up on. So I see what you mean. It's not like,
Right.
unless you're a lady and you went fishing since and driving a boat since you were little. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because it can be dangerous.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Yesterday, on the tournament that I fished, it was so foggy. Uh, I let my partner drive because I try to, I don't want to seem intimidating or anything. A female and a male, and I'm, driving. So I try to, and if they're not doing like I want, it's like get up, let go of my boat. But it was so thick that I said, let's pull over. It's too dangerous right now, and let's just anchor down. And it was a smart move because we caught, I think it was a 20-something pound blue cat. So I mean, it was a smart move, but it was so foggy, it was unreal. You couldn't, like I was standing there, my glasses fogged up. It
Yeah, we
you
had
know
a guy in the couples tournament today, Creole Jeremy. Him and his wife had to get started late because the fog was too thick.
Yeah, I mean, in the river, it was the Cumberland River in Tennessee, and
Mhm.
it's the Tennessee River, Kentucky Lake area. It's if you get in the main channel, you got your green buoy and your red buoy, and then you've got all that out beyond that. On the Cumberland, you green buoys on one bank and the red buoys on the other bank. There ain't no room in between. So if a barge had been coming, that would not have been good. And fortunately, a barge did pull over because he's seen all this commotion coming, I guess. But it's just too dangerous. And
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. You've got to get in these situations because Ken wasn't with me, and I knew, look, this is too dangerous. We've got to pull over for a minute till this fog lifts,
hmm
and we did. I'm not ready to drown. I'm just not
yeah.
ready to go.
Me neither. Yeah, I've been, these past few trips, I've let Anna do a lot of the driving. My wife, she even put the pontoon on the trailer by herself.
Go, way
The
to go, Anna.
yeah, last week. Now, I mean, as with anybody, first time putting a pontoon on a trailer, I had to say go this way about a foot. But
Yeah.
once you get that
Did you
communication down,
yell at her?
I did not.
Smart move.
It's on film, so
Smart
it'll be in
move.
a video. No,
Kenna.
she missed it one time, y'all. She only missed it once, and then she came back and I said, "Go a foot that way." Boom, right up on the trailer. She did really
That's
well.
great.
Hmm
My boat is hard to load. It's really big. It's wider, and Ken, he don't yell at me, but he's got this look,
I do
and,
too. I get
and
it.
it's like I get it all the way up there, and he'll say, you need to come over that way. And I thought, I'm fixing to ram it plumb off his trailer and run over you, in the back end of the truck if you don't go away. But, I got it. I got it down pat. I got it down pat, backing the trailer up and loading the boat. I mean, I go by myself a lot. I'll tell you a funny story. Before I got my boat, we fished out of Ken's bass boat. And it was like 4th of July weekend, and all the game wardens have to work that weekend on the water because it's, fun drinking day for some people on the water. And I thought, I'm going to go fishing, So I hook up to his boat, and I was so proud of myself because I backed it down into the water, and I'd unhooked it and everything, and I pulled out of the water and parked. I thought, I am so proud, and I turned around and the boat's floating away. I thought, oh my God. And Ken was out there somewhere, it was like, please don't let him come into the harbor. And some guy was out there, and I said, hey, and he got my boat, he brought it back. I said, do you know Ken Smith? And he said, yeah. And I said, don't tell him about this. I fished.
See me.
It was, at night too. I come back in, loaded the boat up, and like the bass boat has the painted smooth rails, and when of course I have a carry permit, and when I go by myself, I carry my gun, but I was getting all my stuff out of the boat, and I stepped on the side of it to jump out. Man, I fell. Yes, and I was rolling around the parking lot, and we're talking about 4th of July, and I'm rolling around the parking lot with a gun and everything. Oh my God, I'm dead. I'm dying. I don't think I can walk. Then it dawned on me, you better get up or you going to jail. There's no way that they're going to believe you haven't been drinking.
That lady has been drinking.
Yeah, so they won't give you the opportunity. So I jumped up, and it was like, I got home, and when Ken got in, it's usually about 10 to 12 or something like that when he gets in on nights like that. And he said, so how'd your fishing trip go? And I said, it was all right. It went pretty good. And he said, that's what I heard. And I thought, oh, busted.
Oh, man. Yeah,
fun. We've had some
fun. It's fun to look back, and make fun of yourself,
Oh yeah, I mean,
your buddy's in there.
Is Chris in? Hey,
yeah,
Chris.
You missed it, Chris. She was saying all kinds of sweet things about you. Sorry, you missed it.
That. Yeah, don't tell him. We need to bust his chops or something.
Yeah. Well, he's everybody that doesn't know, Chris is going to have, hopefully he's going to have his new medium action rod at the Catfish Conference so people can pick that up.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Might see an 88 card on that one.
I'm going to tell you what, it will do it. I have 150% faith in Chris Flores' pose. I mean, that's all it'll be on a boat. And the guy that partnered up with me yesterday, I told him, look, you're on my boat. You can't promote anything but what's on my boat. That's just, how it has to be.
Especially when you got sponsors, you really need to
and that's what I told him. I said,
that take care of you.
Right. And I said, it's not that I'm against anything that you sponsor or anything. It's just that, there's a difference. It's a conflict of interest.
and you really do have to take care of the people that take care of you,
Yeah.
Especially if you enter an agreement, I mean, that's just good business anyway. All the fish we caught today, which weren't much. Actually, after the stream ended, we caught 2 more fish, but all of them were on the Muddy River Catfishing flathead rods. So no luck on anything else today.
I love the flathead rod. I mean, I love the Blue Cat rod too, but the flathead rod it just fits me perfect.
Yeah, you said that before. That just because it's shorter, it fits you.
Yeah, I love it. I just love. I love both of them.
I just ordered me a Blue Cat rod, so hopefully I'll test that out. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to try to make the conference this year?
Oh, I'm coming. We already got the hotel room booked.
All right, great,
I'll
great.
be there. I'll be there with cameras and smiling. I'll probably be in awe of everything. Like
You will.
Paula, you don't want to get me started because I'm so looking forward to this. Like it'll be all I talk about for
You've
the
never
rest of the
been?
I've never
You've
been.
never, oh my gosh, you will love it.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like
Every
I
time
will
I
not
go
stop
in.
talking about it.
Yeah. Every time we go, it's just you're in awe. It's like, oh my God, is that who I think it is? And it's great. It's like one big, gigantic, huge group of family. It's like, oh, there's so and so. Get a picture. It's great. It's great. Chris always has he's always in the same spot when you walk the door to go to your left.
Yeah,
It'll be
y'all
Steve
remember
Douglas.
to bring Chris some breakfast and some lunch this year because he said that the only thing he really doesn't care about the catfish conference is that he gets hungry. And he wants to say hey to everyone because he appreciates everyone. And if Chris Flores has got so many fans, that'll take all day. So y'all
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
bring Chris a McFlurry and a double quarter pounder.
That's bad food.
Yeah. It's better than no food.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true.
have you ever fished for carp?
No, it's a waste of time. Why would I want to do that? I mean,
Next.
I mean, I fish for. I've been bass fishing with my husband. I don't
Talk
get
about a
it.
waste of time.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, hey, I'm not bashing bass fishing. Boy, that's a mouthful. But I don't get it because somebody says, "Well, I caught a 14-pound bass." It's like, really? And what did it do? You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make fun of anybody because everybody's got their own hobby or whatnot. But
Hashtag what did it do?
you know what I'm
I'm gonna make
saying? I mean,
I'm gonna make that T-shirt, Paula.
no, don't do that. Don't put my name on it anyway. Please. Whew.
So,
I
but
got a lot of people.
you fish for crappie though, right? Or crappie?
Yeah, yeah, but Ken likes to fish with lures, and I like to fish with minnows if I'm crappie fishing.
Yeah, I prefer live bait myself.
But he always seems to jerk them up better than I do. It's like I'll get one, he'll get 10. So that ain't my. We're going catfishing.
Hey, Michael Murillo said he'd pay for that shirt. Now he's a carp fisherman. You might have hurt his feelings a little bit.
I'm so sorry. I mean,
No, you can't hurt his feelings. He's got
hey, one of my first sponsors is a huge sponsor for bass fishing. Man, that's a bad word if you don't say it right.
no.
But
He's a carp angler.
oh, a carp angler.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, well, I've just shot it, hadn't I?
The silence says it all. Next question.
Well, you know what? They had a tournament here in New Johnsonville about a month ago, a carp tournament, both tournament, $10,000 payoff, and I was like, maybe I ought to get into that too. They're fun to like when they're jumping in the boat and you trying to dodge. I had one hit me in the back this year and almost knocked me out. But I mean, they're fun. But
So
I
you're
just don't
talking about
know.
the Asian carp. They fish for like common carp and yellow
Grass
mirror
carp,
carp,
stuff like
grass carp. That's
No, I don't know how you could fish for them other than bow fishing them. Is that how they fish for them?
no, that I won't get too much into it, but a lot of the carp fishermen actually don't believe in bow fishing. Yeah, Mike just said it right there. I don't believe in bow fishing, but they use pack baits and
Like pack baits such as grass packed, or because
no, like
they mostly eat like algae and stuff.
yeah, so they like Keith from Fishing and Stuff just made a pack bait on a video where he used cereal and Jello and all kinds of stuff, and basically they wrap it around a piece of lead, so that you're not technically chumming for it, and then they have
Yeah.
little hair rig hooks in there with fake corn or real corn on it, and they throw it out, and that's how it's done. You catch a lot of catfish on it too. I've never tried it.
I would try it. Who is it that does that now that commented?
Oh, Michael
Tell
Murillo.
All right, you tell him to message me, and I'll take him catfishing if he'll take me not bass,
Carp fish.
carp fishing. Yeah, I
There you
just
go,
don't know.
Michael Murillo.
Cornball. Somebody said cornball.
Yeah.
Now, you can take whole kernel corn and fish for trout in the streams around here. TWRA stocks the creeks and stuff, and you just take whole kernel corn, throw a little handful of corn out, and then you throw hooked corn and catch trout. But your limit is 7 per person. And Ken when me and him went, he hadn't retired yet. And I said, can we leave and come back and catch 7 more each? And he said, no, that's illegal. I said, all right, well, you can go home and I'll just come back. So.
Got a lot of new people on the stream. Eric Elder Sr., Gordon Brown. I had put his name up there a minute ago. Welcome, everybody. Now everybody's talking about corn fishing, but we're carp fishing. We're going to move on. So as somebody who hasn't caught an 88-pound fish, and I'm relatively new, so I know, before everyone starts, building me up, I appreciate it, but I know it's coming. I've only been really fishing for catfish for about a year and a half, but
and it is coming.
Oh, I know it'll come, especially if I don't fish the river anymore.
I'm gonna break the Tennessee state record, which is 112 pounds. It's coming. It's gonna happen, and then I'm going for the world record. So it's gonna happen, And then somebody will break it again. I mean, just let me break it.
Well, Michael Murillo said, I thought I was going to get run out of here, and now I got a fishing trip with a living legend. Holy cow.
I'm not a legend, but thank you, Michael. Y'all need to stop that, because I am not a legend. I am just another human being. I'm just a country girl from Tennessee.
Amen. So since we started talking about, you just said, you're going to break the state record. So that pretty much answered my question, but I was going to say, as someone who hasn't caught one that big, are you still looking to better it, or are you just like, yeah, that was awesome, that fulfilled something, and I'm okay with whatever bites the hook now?
Oh, I'm okay. Anytime I go fishing, I'm okay with whatever I catch. But the ultimate
I was
goal.
wondering if it kind of ruins you. You get an 88 pounder, and you're like, nothing ever matches it.
No, it don't ruin you. I mean, anytime my pole goes down and I get to reel down on it, I'm good. That's my fix for the day. Especially if it's 3 or 4 times every time you go. I just love to fish. I don't know. I was born weird, I guess, but I love to fish. I'd rather drive a tractor than I had a vehicle. I just.
I think Paula Smith should have her own rod.
I do too, Chris. That'd be nice. It'd be sweet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we're all still looking for them.
And they'll be there. I mean, don't give up, because they will. Yeah, I mean, they'll be there. Everybody keeps, it's like, man, I wished I could, catch a fish that big. And you will. It's a learning process. Like I said, you got to learn, because I remember that day Ken said, there's too much current out here, Paula. We're going to get, there's whole trees coming down the river. We're going to get hurt. And I was like, so, let's anchor down. He said, we couldn't even anchor out here. So we're going to have to go in a little bit. And I thought, well, okay. And that taught me something, So like I said, you got to learn and be teachable. Jonathan French, are you friends with him? He just recently started, and he'll message me and, what do you think I should use? And like, I get a lot of messages from people, what should I do? It's like, well, you live in a whole different state than I do. Give me you got to tell me what your conditions are. It's cold or hot or, but it'll happen. They're there.
And that's
Somebody,
what like people like we watch all these people on YouTube, but then you come to Lake Moultrie and shoot, kayak catfish came into the TCKA World Championships, the kayak catfishing championships on Lake Moultrie this year. And he came in thinking he was going to fish deep. Well, you don't really fish deep for big ones on Moultrie. You fish shallow. And so
yeah,
you're absolutely right. I'm glad you said that
yeah. I
because
mean, you
the
have to.
technique matters where you're fishing.
Yeah, you have to. The like a lot of people. I don't believe in the barge bite or the banana on the boat is jinxed, or I don't believe in any of that. But I do believe that cold fronts coming through or something like that affects the bite. The current, the stress of the fish, lots of things affects the bite. Uh, and you just have to learn. I'm still learning. There's so many things, that I've still got to learn, but I'm still going to go out and fish until I catch, what I want. uh, and like I said, in my area, the fishing has went to the S word this year. but, and a lot of it has to do with the regulations and the conservation and the contamination. Like a lot of people are commenting in the state of Tennessee. Have y'all seen the posters posted? Don't eat the fish from point A to point B. Well, guess what? Them fish don't know where point A starts and point B stops. So if they're contaminated at point A, they're contaminated at Z. So they recommend you eat. Well, actually, they don't. I researched it, and the fisheries recommend that you eat 10 pounds or less, or say the ideal one is 6 pounds, and don't eat any of the fatty part of a fish.
Yeah, don't
That's
do
what.
that. Don't do that if anything. That tastes
Of anything. Well, now don't say that, because I got to have my bacon and fat meat grease and.
I meant any fish. Sorry. Any
Okay, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
so
but
I do this little segment on my show about midway through. We just got to talking, and I'm having so much fun that I missed it. But I do a YouTube channel of the week, and this YouTube channel I just found it. It's very interesting. It's a huge channel, like 700,000 subscribers, but I'm not sure if anybody knows about it. It's called Fowler's Makery and Mischief.
I
Fowler's
don't.
Makery and Mischief. It doesn't have fishing in the title, so you might miss it. But look, y'all, like right before I got ready for the stream, I started watching one where he builds a float dock and he fishes off of it for 7 days and lives off of it. And I didn't get to watch all of it because I wanted to get ready. But I looked through the thumbnails and they do a lot of fishing. So if you're looking for something new, if you don't have cable like us, we don't have cable, and we're always looking for something new on YouTube, go check it out. Fowler's Makery and Mischief. It's an awesome sounding name. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, if somebody could go find it and post it. Okay, so somebody has heard of it. Said, "Oh yeah, great channel, Kevin. I've watched it for 5 years. Cool,
Oh,
awesome."
that's great. I'll look it up.
Awesome. Hey, John Doe, sorry. How Palmetto just found you and subscribed finally. Well, thank you for that. I'm very thankful. Paul, I've been blessed this past few weeks. I just hit 1,000 about 3 weeks ago, and
That's great.
it's rolling in. And I can't believe it. I got to give thanks to God for that one. It's just awesome.
Yeah, I mean, who else are you going to thank?
Yeah,
I mean, congratulations.
thank you. I feel so blessed. It amazes me every day when I check that app and I'm like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, well, you got a great personality. That's what it is.
Oh, well, thank you.
Comfortable. I took a writer for a magazine out Friday, and he said, let's do a video. And I mean, like, he set me at this certain position and handed me my rod in a certain way and told me what I was supposed to say. And he was like in my face. And I was like, get out of my face, kind of. It was scary, kind of. and like right now, I love doing these lives because I'm in my space and you're over there in your space, and I'm good.
Well, thank you, Whisper Fishing. I know I have a lot of people in here that have, um, you know, been here for a while, so I thank you. Joel Lopez says, "Hey, Paula, proud of you,
Hey,
girl."
Joel. Oh, Joel, you're great. Joel is friends with, well, I think him and Chris Flores lived in the same place, and I did a seminar in Wilson County last year or spring of this year and met Joel. And he said, "Hey, I know Chris Flores." And I had got, if I can show you, I don't know if you can see it. I'll stand up and see it. It'll be upside down. I hate doing this because it's all crooked. Can you see it? Whoa. See it?
Yeah, yeah, I've
Okay.
seen that before. You have some pictures or something of that.
Yeah, I got that done. And he said, "I'm friends with Chris Flores." I said, "I got his tattoo. I got his name on my arm." and, and then, me and him both let Chris know that we met each other, and we've been trying to go fishing forever. And he just lives an hour away from me. So, that was awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I actually had something similar happen last weekend. I went and bought some shad from a new little bait shop, and ended up being Paul Blackwell was there. Now he didn't know who I was, but he's a big guide on Lake on Santee, and his buddy that was with him was fishing a tournament, and I had my Muddy River catfishing shirt on, and he goes, "Hey, Muddy River catfishing, I'm good friends with Chris Flores." I said, "Oh, that's great." He goes, "Can I take a picture of you?" I said, "Okay." And he took a picture of me and said, "I'm going to send this to Chris. He'll be amazed that someone on the East Coast knows about his channel." I said, I didn't say anything to him. I let him have his moment. But I was thinking, no, he pretty much knows. I can't remember the guy's name, but I know he was with
But you
Paul
pulled it off.
Blackwell.
You pulled it off good.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want to. He was so happy. Like, he was so happy for Chris that his influence has reached the East Coast.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't about to ruin it for him.
I'm gonna tell you something. If you seen where I lived, you'd think, "My God, if you made it to her house, you big." Because I live on a dead end road, and there is no neighbors. But I'm gonna tell you what's funny about Chris is the first catfish conference we went to. Chris posted a picture with the guy that was with him on his way down that was over on the other side of the vehicle sleeping like me. And Ken got me because I worked nights at that time, and I was going to sleep all the way up there, and it was god awful. Well, every time we go travel, if I fall asleep, Ken takes a freaking picture of me. I posted one last week where we had went somewhere, and I was catching flies. My mouth was like, but anyway, I get him back.
So, what other female anglers? Since we have a few females in here, I'm sure a lot of female anglers look up to you in the catfishing community. And there's just not as many for the ladies to look up to. So what are some female anglers that you recommend for not only the ladies, but for all of us to learn from?
Betty Jean's pretty good. I didn't really know a lot of female anglers when I started. And Lexanne, I'm friends with her. She catches a lot of fish. I got a lot of friends.
Who's Lexanne?
She really, like, if somebody, how they'll say, post 10 pictures. She did that to me last year, and I thought, who in the heck is this? But she said that I was an influence to her, and that really touched me, that I made an impact on somebody's life, and ever since then, I just keep up with her to make sure she's, out there doing what she's supposed to be doing, and you catch a fish, all that good stuff. But I think that women are underestimated in this world, as a whole, not just fishing, but I'll stay on the fishing subject. I mean, it is, it's always been a man's world. And I mean, I accept that, but we're going to change it because it's going to be a woman's world one day.
Country catfish, Paula, I the queen of catfish. I'm
Yeah,
not
well, he's a friend of mine. He keeps telling
okay.
me I'm the queen of catfishing. I just fish, I mean, there's
Yeah,
lots of people out there, and I encourage women, get out there and learn it, do it. If you have to fish with your husband or your boyfriend or your neighbor or whoever, get out there and learn it and then do it. Go do it by yourself. Go do it because you can do it. You can do it. I mean, I can drive a boat just as good as the next person.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? And like last year, the first chick fight, uh, the men could drive the boat, but they couldn't say nothing. They couldn't do nothing or they couldn't say nothing. So Ken got lucky and was able to drive the boat while we were having to, tie our own leaders, tie our own hooks on, stuff like that. And it was a challenge because you had to know how to do it. You know what I mean? And you don't need a man,
I
period.
think I have an idea for you, and I'm just going to throw it out there. Maybe at this year's catfish conference, you can start talk Steve into having a booth where lady anglers can come up and meet with other lady anglers, and we can get some more recognition for them.
Yeah.
You have a
Well, he
good
kind of
relationship
done
with
it
them, and
last year.
they what?
He kind of done it last year with Lady Cat Outdoors. He kind of had a setup with, she was there, which was, encouraging because there's a woman. Um, it's, I don't want to like upset anybody or mention anything I shouldn't mention, but you don't have to put your bikini on and have a perfect 10 body to go fishing,
Yeah, you mentioned that on Roger's show. Yeah, and I agree, 100%.
you know, I'm not, I'm not a young chicken anymore, uh, I'm an old goose or something, but I think I could pull it off. But that's what really makes me mad is that some women think they have to do that in order to get what they want. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't. Like
Yeah,
I'll
I
give you.
think when you were on, not to interrupt you, but when you were on Derek's show, I mean not Derek, Muskrat show, somebody named Derek just said I agree with your statement. When you were on Muskrat show, I was talking to Anna and I was typing in
Thank you,
chat. I
Derek.
said, there's a lot of female angler YouTubers that I would watch, not necessarily catfishing, but I like their show. Like there's one Hooked on Brooke. She's from Australia and she catches amazing fish you know, uh, from all kinds of different like kayaks, boats, everything. But she wears a string bikini every time she goes out, and I feel guilty watching it. I just
I
I
mean,
feel guilty
I'm not
watching it.
saying
It's
that.
distracting. Just like if a guy was out there catfishing with shorty shorts on and no shirt, you'd be sitting there thinking the whole time, why is he? Why is he? It's distracting. It doesn't matter.
Trying to bash that. Uh,
But what are you? But my thing is, and I'm just trying to support you and any female out there. What I'm trying to say is, what are you trying to get people to focus on? If you want respect for women anglers, but you wear that, then are you trying to get them to focus on your body or are your fishing skills? Because Paula, when I watch you, I focus on your fishing skills. I focus on what bait you're
because
putting
I got a
on.
bikini on.
That's right. That's right. And I'm not sitting there wondering why in the heck does Paula have a bikini? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just saying that I want you, if you see me fishing, I want you to, uh, like my fishing because it's of my fishing, not of anything else. You know what I'm saying? I'm most of the time I got a hat on, muck boots. You know, I ain't worried about what I look like. I'm worried about what I'm gonna catch. And that's my point. Is, you know, let me say this. Let's just say I want to sell this cup. It's red, it's huge, and it's got Coke in it, not coffee. You see what I'm saying? I just told you what I had. If I had a bathing suit on and I said, I want you to buy my cup, you know, or show a whole lot of cleavage, please buy my cup.
You would
That's
sell more
just,
cups.
you know, that's selling yourself short to me. You know, of course, it may be because I'm competitive. I just think it's you don't have to use your body to get what you want. You go out there.
If you're good at it. If you're good at it. And I think some female anglers on YouTube or some female YouTubers think that they can't put the fish in, so they have to do that. Somebody said it's just
But they can.
it's a cheap way to get subs and views. There, I said it. Yeah. Paula, on the other hand, doesn't need to do that because she knows how to fish. And we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same exact thing. And I just think that and you brought it up. You brought it up that, you know, I don't think you said you don't think they need to be wearing bikinis, and you're right. You're absolutely right.
No, I'm not. I don't mean that they don't need to be wearing bikinis. I'm just saying that they don't have to be wearing bikinis. You know, if you want to fish or whatnot in your bikini, that's fine. But don't sell yourself short and think that you have to be in your bikini.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh, no, I agree.
I'm not going to sell myself short for nobody, for nothing, for nobody. You know, if I want, just like for instance, I hunt too. Tennessee had started a 3-day velvet hunt 2 years ago, and I thought, oh, it's a bow hunt though. I thought, oh, I'm going to do that. Me and my son almost divorced each other because he was mad that I was going to do this hunt on my property here, you know, because he hunts my land. And he was like, you ain't going to, you know what I mean? I thought, oh, yes, I am. So we divided up where he was going to hunt and where I was going to hunt, you know, and I couldn't shoot his deer. We made a deal. I couldn't shoot his deer and he couldn't shoot mine. Well, the very first morning, his deer come out and mine come out behind it, just right behind it. And I'm not going to lie to you, it was a long shot. I knew there was probably a -1% chance that I would even get an arrow that far. But you know which one I pulled down on? His deer. It was bigger than my deer. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
But anyway, I
Hey,
just,
Chris said he's got Muddy River catfishing bikinis on sale now.
well, tell him I'm too old to wear a bikini now. Tell him come out.
We're getting
Overall.
to the end of time. I want you to, I do want, I noticed something in the background. You got a fishing room.
Yeah.
And you mind showing everybody your fishing room?
Well, can you see all that? This is my desk part. I'm going to lower that a little bit. And you can see this is where I do a lot of stuff. It's like the Tennessee Reservoir fishery. I study this stuff. I mean, it's like and this is Ken's fault. He told me he said, if you're going to do this, you're going to do it 100%.
That's
you know,
right.
and I was like, okay, no big deal. You know, and then if I ask him something, he'll say, research it. He won't tell me, just tell me, Ken, and I'll research it later. But he won't. So, I mean, I can show you, like gizzard shad. There's all kinds of stuff. Everybody should have one of these. This is the holy grail of catfishing. This is like the book. It's Conservation, Ecology, and Management of Catfishing. It's like
one more time.
Conservation, Ecology, and Management of Catfishing. It's real thick too, but I mean, it's interesting to me. But anyway, this is my room. I mean, it goes. Let me show you, like everywhere, and then you can go the other way, and it's like everywhere. Of course, I got Chris Flores. Chris, I'm going to show you. There's Chris Flores. See him?
There he is.
Steve Douglas and J.R. Cochran. I mean, all this means something to me. These people, are my legends. You know what I mean? I look up to these people, and I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures or videos I post of my grandsons. They love to fish, but my 4-year-old, he's got it. He's got the gift. I mean, if you don't have any kids, you don't, but kids have a 30-minute attention span, especially at 4 years old. That little monkey, he'll cast his reel out, squat down, and won't take his eyes off that pole until something happens, and that just, give me a couple of years, he'll be on the boat.
Awesome. Well, Paul,
Yeah.
I thank you so much for joining us. I've had a blast.
I have too.
I don't want to stop it, but I got to work in the morning, and I
do
got to get
too.
ready for work.
I get my calluses worked back up.
Hey, Paul, I'm gonna put you on the spot, and if you don't want to, just say I'd rather not, and I won't feel any kind of hurt or nothing. But I know you believe in the Lord, and I just want to know if you wanted to pray us out tonight.
Oh no, you can do that.
Okay.
I'm not a preacher. I mean, I believe in the Lord. Believe me, I do. I'm not the preacher.
I got you. Neither am I, but I'm going to pray us out. Heavenly Father, I just thank you for this opportunity again to come and talk to someone who, means a lot to a lot of people in here, and someone who just has the heart for fishing and heart for people and the heart for conservation. Lord, I just thank you for Paula. I thank you for everyone that's come in here. I thank you for the platform you've given me to share my love for you. I thank you for the tournament today. Lord, you blessed me and you blessed a bunch of people in here so much, and I give you all the credit. And Lord, I just want to lift you up and praise you. It's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Well, hey, y'all, one last thing. If you haven't subscribed to Fishing with Paula Smith, go check her out. Go check out the Fowler's Makery and Mischief. It's such an awesome channel name. Go check that out. If you haven't subscribed to Palmetto Cats, of course, I recommend that as well. Please, before you leave, just in case you haven't, click off of that chat and go hit the thumbs up. If you're watching this later, leave me a comment. And if you're listening to it on the podcast, I just want to say thank you for that audience as well. Paula, we got some people that drive long distance, and they say that, listening to the podcast helps them stay awake and refreshed on the road. And that means a lot to me because not only am I an angler, but I'm keeping people safe on the road.
All right. Good for you. Good for you. Hey, I can't wait to see you at the Catfish Conference this year.
Yeah, Anna and I are going to be there. And I can't say it again.
2021, not this year. 2021.
That's right.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
And Anna and I will be there, and I can't wait to meet you and Chris face to face and other people.
Then your picture will be up here somewhere. There you go. See?
Awesome. Well, hey everybody, thank you for coming. Paula, hang on when I end, and we'll wrap it up. Until next time, everybody. Happy fishing.
Thanks, guys.